Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. I am your subject teacher of social study and in this video we are going to discuss about chapter number 15 and chapter name is Some Great Empires of India. So student, in this chapter we are going to discuss about the great empires of India. So students, many great kings ruled India during the ancient period. The efforts they took to make the people of their kingdom happy earned them a special place in Indian history. And let us learn more about two such kings. First one is the Guptas and second one is the Cholas. So students, in this video we are going to discuss about this two king and this is the part 1 of this chapter, and in part 1 we are going to discuss about the only the Guptas. Okay, so now look at the activity which is given on page. So let's do it. Let's learn through observation. So in this activity, you will learn by observations. You will learn by observations. So, so what are the things that will required for this activity? Things you will need: a pencil and an eraser. In this activity, there is a requirement of a pencil and an erasers. So how to do it and how to do this activity? So look at this step by step. First one is look at the coins picture shown. So students, look at this picture which is shown, which is given here, and second, observe it carefully, and you have to look carefully and you have to observe these coins very carefully. Next, write a few things that you have noticed about this coin. For example, the man is wearing a necklace. So student, you have to observe these coins very carefully and write a few things that you have noticed. And write a few things about these coins, like first sentence, the man is wearing a necklace, and so on. And just by studying the pictures, what can you say about the people who lived during this period? So student, on the basis of the picture, on the basis of this picture, you can analyze about the living standard and the living conditions of the peoples during this period. So this is the activity and you have to done this activity. So now look at the topic. India is a very old country. India is a very old country, and there were many king and queens, how they ruled their kingdom, how they fought many battles, how they treated their peoples, make fascinating story. So student, in our country there are many kings and queens rules in ancient times. So how they ruled their kingdom. In these chapters we will discuss about how they rules their kingdom, how they fought battles, how they treated their peoples, and making fascinating stories. Look at the next paragraph. Last year we read about Asoka and Harsha, two great kings of ancient India. In this lesson you will learn about the Gupta and the Cholas ruler. They belong to the two powerful dynasties that ruled ancient India for many years. They helped to build a strong society and rich culture in our country. So student, in class 3rd we have studied about the two great rulers, that is Ashoka and Harsha. And in this chapter we will discuss and learn about the Gupta and Cholas ruler, and they belong to a powerful dynasty. So student, Gupta and Cholas ruler belong to powerful dynasty that ruled ancient India for many years. Powerful dynasty means a group of rulers belong to the same family ruling a state or a country usually for many years. So student, they belong to the dynasty because their family members rule from many years and they also rule. So in this video we are going to discuss about the Guptas, and first of all look at the heritage corner which is given at this. Faxian, a Chinese Buddhist monk, traveled all the way from China to India. So student, Faxian is a Chinese Buddhist. Faxian is in Chinese but adopt the religious Buddhist monk. Travel all the way from China to India, and he traveled from China to India. He stay here for many years during the Chandragupta's second reign. So student, and he comes to India and stay here for many years at the time of Chandragupta II. He noted that India were a peace-loving people, that no serious crime took place in Indian society. So student, he observed that India is a very peace-loving peoples and no serious crime and no any crime took place in Indian society because Indians people were innocent and peace-loving peoples, and that there were many free rest houses and hospitals. He praised Chandragupta II for his benevolent ruler. So student, Faxian is a Chinese Buddhist who observed that at the time of Chandragupta II, at this time the peoples of Indians were peace-loving peoples, and the Faxian praised Chandragupta II for the better rules and for the good rules. So now look at the Guptas. Around 1700 years ago, a king named Chandragupta first ruled over Magad. So student, around 1700 ago, there was a king who ruled over Magad and whose name was Chandragupta first. Kingdom in present day in Bihar. So student, the kingdom of Chandragupta II comes in present day in Bihar. The capital of his kingdom was at Patliputra. So student, the capital of the kingdom of Chandragupta first, that is, he ruled over Magad, and the capital of Magad was at Patliputra, and present day and present time Bihar. We call Patliputra Bihar. Under him and his descendants, the kingdom grew till it covered most of the northern India. So student, under the rule of Chandragupta II, the kingdom grew and spread and covered the most of the North India. When a kingdom becomes so big, it is called an empire. The Gupta dynasty ruled over their empire for about 300 years ago. So student, when the kingdom grew and when they ruled over, so student, for over the empire for 300 years ago. An empire, what is called empire? When the kingdom becomes so big. When the kingdom of any king becomes so big, then we call it an empire. And the Gupta dynasty ruled over their empire for about 300 years. They ruled for about 300 years because the group of rulers belonging to the same family ruling a state or a country usually for many years. So many years, you can say 300, about 300 years. So next paragraph. Chandragupta's first son, Samudragupta, fought many battles and expanded the Gupta empire till it stretched from Assam into the east to the border of Punjab in the northwest. So student, Chandragupta's son, the name of the Chandragupta's son was Samudragupta. The name of the Chandragupta's son was Samudragupta, and he fought battles for many years and expanded the Gupta empire. And this empire spread from Assam into the east of the border of Punjab in the northwest. Samudragupta is said to have been an ideal king. He was a warrior, a poet and musician. One of the gold coins from the Gupta period depict him as playing the veena, a musical instrument. So student, Samudragupta was the son of Chandragupta first, and he was an ideal king because he was a warrior, poet, and musician too. So one of the gold coins from the Gupta period depict him as playing the veena. So at the time of Gupta period, there was a gold coin, and on this gold coin depict the Samudragupta as playing the veena, a musical instrument. Veena, the name of musical instrument. So look at it. Samudragupta was followed by his son Chandragupta II. So student, Samudragupta was followed by his son Chandragupta II. He was an able and benevolent ruler. So student, he was an able and benevolent ruler. There was a peace and prosperity in the empire during the rule. So student, during the time of Guptas, there was a peace and prosperity during the rules of Gupta's period. His rule also saw great cultural and artistic development. He was a great patron of learning. It is believed that Kalidas, one of the greatest Sanskrit poets, belonged to his court. So student, his rule also saw that cultural and artistic development. So at the time of at the time of Gupta's period, there was a development of cultural, artistic too, and he was also a great patrons of learning. He was an fond of learning, and it is believed that Kalidas, one of the greatest Sanskrit poet, belonged to this court. So student, Kalidas, who was a poet, was the greatest Sanskrit poet, and he was also belonged to the court of Gupta. So now look at the life under the Guptas. The Gupta period is often called a golden age. It is called so because. So why we call the Gupta period a golden age? So look at this. The empire was largely peaceful and secure. So student, the empire of Gupta period was peaceful and protective. So come on next page. So why we call the Gupta's period a golden age? So second one is trade with other countries prospered. Spices, sandalwood, indigo and precious stones were some common item of trade. So student, trade with other countries prospered. So they trade with other countries like spices, sandalwood, indigo, precious stones with some common items of trade. Next, as the trade and the empire prospered, many towns grew into important cities like Ujjain and Mathura. Most of them were well planned with good facility. So student, as the trade and empire prospered and the empire spread, and many towns grow up in cities like Mathura and Ujjain, and most of them were well planned and with good facility. Next, there was an all-round development in the field of learning, science, literature, architecture and sculpture. So student, at the time of Gupta period, there was a all-round development. There was overall development like development in the field of learning, in the field of science, literature, architecture and sculpture. So we call the Gupta's period was a golden age. So now look at the map, and by this map you can analyze how big the Gupta empire was. So look at this empire of Chandragupta II. So student, this is the empire of Chandragupta II, and the red, this is the map of India, and in this map you can see how big the empire of Chandragupta II was. So you can imagine how big and how big empire. So student, you can analyze and you can know about this map. You can know with the help of map. So there the Chandragupta II empire was spread at a large level. So now your topic has been completed and you have to learn, read and learn about the Gupta's period and life under the Gupta's period. This is your today's homework. So that's all and thank you.